Now, and we are live. Still getting things set up here. Ignore the noise. Oh my god, my shoulders hurt. Okay. See if this works. Cool. If you are watching on YouTube, thanks for that. If you haven't subscribed yet, it costs you nothing, but it's cool for us to see. Comments. Fell behind a little bit on acknowledging and responding to comments. Not responding to, because I noticed Zukin and Pattis were responding to comments on their videos. Still a little bit behind on uploading VODs. I really wish I had a better way of just kind of like automatically having them go from here to there. I could probably figure it out. I just need to sit down and do it. Right now I'm manually downloading them using Twitch Leecher. Shout out to Twitch Leecher. Which I think I've donated to, so, but shout out anyway. Chaz Solo, Quicksana, hello. Justin Beard, hey buddy. You got Chocolate the Moose with you. Dargith. YOLO is the name of today for me. I went to jiu-jitsu this morning, and it's weird. It's weird doing jiu-jitsu with people that are definitely more than half my age. Martine V. Gates. Tuesday. Hello. Cacao. Thank you for 7 months. You're thinking about starting your 3-year-old in jiu-jitsu? I mean, I'm super biased, but I think it's a wonderful, wonderful martial art to get kids into. It's such a practical martial art. I'm glad that we're talking about it now. Usually, I feel like when we wind up talking about like jiu-jitsu later in the stream, everybody's like, just talk about the game, talk about EQ. Justin said, I don't even have the energy to go to the mailbox these days. Yeah, I feel you. Dargit said, we've heard really good things. I think both the physicality and discipline would be good for them. Yeah, I agree. And the thing too is it's, oh yeah. So VGFX Patrick is also a practitioner in the gentle art. Reb Chumley.
Afternoon all.
Thank you for 11 months. Hey, Ali, you were first. But I appreciate that you let other people talk first. Yeah, I think jiu-jitsu for kids, it's a good martial art too, because it's not a striking art, right? So that's another thing. Like you've got this ability to kind of defend yourself without the necessity to like punch or kick or whatever. I mean, those are wonderful things to learn as well. I got to jiu-jitsu via Muay Thai. But just kind of that, you know, like today we were doing some sparring, like round robin, starting in bad positions. And you know, it's amazing once you've kind of gotten used to that and you understand like how safe you are in different positions or know where you're not safe or whatever, it definitely makes it, I became a lot less like, I don't know, the more I did jiu-jitsu, the more I just kind of was, it helped chill me out quite a bit. It helped chill me out. Quicksana said, I wanted to try to enroll my toddler in some kind of martial arts, but my husband said he was forced to take karate as a kid and it was boring. Is it very different? To me, it's very different in that karate is very structured. At least my understanding of karate, I don't know a ton about it, but like a lot of karate I've seen, it's very structured and you learn like katas and stuff like that. And so you're kind of memorizing certain things. Or to me, jiu-jitsu is, and this is going to sound super goofy, but was rolling with a black belt last Thursday. or we were training with a black belt last Thursday, and he made a point about it that I thought was great because it's, you know, it's the thing that I've always liked about it is he is like, jujitsu isn't techniques, it's principles. And once you understand principles, which are basically, they're really rooted in leverage. So once you understand, like, one of the most basic principles, sorry, YouTube or anybody that doesn't want to hear this, you know, think of the human, especially when you're wrestling, because it's essentially, it's like wrestling, right? With chokes and joint locks and things. Just think of a human as a table. And when you kick one of those legs out, you can move it in the direction of the missing leg, right? So it's a lot about learning, you know, learning the various kind of like leverage points and how to establish your base and all of that. And yeah, I've just found it. I've found it really practical. I've run into a few opportunities to benefit from using it in real life. And it's just been good. Like one time I had to restrain a very, very large, very drunk individual I lived in a domain in Austin, of all places, as well. So it's, you know, at the time it was kind of like just upscale mall with apartments. But I had to restrain an individual for the 2 security guards because they weren't capable. I asked them, I knew them because I'd see them every day when I was walking the dog and stuff. And so I knew both of the women that were approaching this guy, and he was clearly like ready to go. And so I asked him, you know, would you like me to stay here and watch and make sure nothing happens? And they're like, yes, please, until the rest of the security got there. And the guy basically like pushed through him and saw that I was nearby. And my ex, she had taken our dogs on the other side of the street and stuff. And the guy came at me and swung, and I was like, all right, well, this guy's for real. And he swung again, and I wound up restraining him until like 5 or 6 security guards got there and were able to grab him. And then police got there, and then I was like, you know, can I go? And they're like, yeah, thank you so much. Boom, left. And it's funny, then security came because I was sitting on my balcony, like looking at all the cop cars, and security came and was like, hey, the cops want to talk to you, but we wouldn't tell them where you live. And I was like, really? Why? They really want to talk to you. So I went down there, and a very energized young officer wanted to basically, he was saying that they had a report that I like beat the guy up and all of a sudden. Honestly, I just restrained him. I had him, you know, it was very simple. It was very straightforward. And all the security was like, that's not what happened. And so anyways, the cop kind of did this number at me about, you should have just not gotten involved. And I was like, security asked me. Anyway, so eventually left. Cops didn't do shit. And they restrained, or they put the guy in the car, got him out there. And yeah, it's helped me. It's helped me a couple of times. That's my story. That's my pitch. Chaz Solo said, my 6-year-old recently started Taekwondo, and myself into Eskrima. Eskrima is interesting. It's very interesting. Really love the discipline aspect of all martial arts. Yeah, and Taekwondo, I mean, if you like, you know, if you're looking for striking and basic martial art and discipline, Taekwondo is pretty cool. One of the guys I worked with on the Dark Orbit development team is like, does Taekwondo for like the German national team, I think. So naturally we had to debate who would win. No, we didn't debate. He was the nicest, like quietest dude ever. All right, so let me hop in game. There's a couple things I need to look at really quick, check into. Then once we're done with that, we can do some other stuff. Hey, Droop. Hey, Liseva. If I'm pronouncing that right today. Boric, 1425, what up? Pattis, did I say hi already? I thought I did. Like the Hobbit Hills? Yeah, they've got a good vibe, right? That's going to be a fun area to do. Can smell the fresh cooked meats, pipe smoke, and wet grass. Mmm. Love it. Wait a second. Okay, I was like, can I not get in? There's a question. Will pipes be in game? I'd like for them to be in game. I don't know that. I don't know. Maybe, I guess if we do kind of an animation like this, that might work. But I would like for them to be in game just because I'm a pipe smoker now, and Patrick could also help remind the VGFX can help keep it on folks' mind as well, since I believe he's a pipe smoker as well. Oh, we have a new line. Couple of white lines. Go full bore, opium pipes and den. Oh no. That's too far. Maybe it could amplify the relaxation feature. If you fight something, Sean, Ali says, I'm assuming there's going to be more. Keep in mind this is mid rebalance. Oh yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to be focused on that. New zone, the Hookahshire. MCP Live, what's up? Do a positive spin on the hopium. You can smoke hopium. But only during pre-alpha. Combat's gonna be easier than intended. I won't. I seriously doubt I'll be focusing on combat. Speaking of which, let me go try something, Ali. Since you're watching, did I die? I assume I died. I wonder where I died and why. My necro is ripped. Yeah. All of our humans are ripped. They lead healthy lifestyles. I could put a hookah bar in the coffee shop? That's true, Justin, you could. He's ripped from all the deadlifts. Tuesday, you may have already won. That may be the best that we get this stream. Deadlift is a great name for a buff necro bro. Or neck bro. Necromancer. Are the NPCs moving faster all of a sudden? Things look like they're animating faster, Ollie. Is this a known thing that was already discussed in Slack and I'm just Yeah, speaking of smoking something. What's up, Dr. Midnight? Yeah, maybe they got into something they shouldn't have. Rats on Meth is a good punk band name. It's probably it probably is already a punk band name. You should find out. I think I just saw a jackal go zipping by as well. Let me mention it in bug discussion. Our mom's moving faster now for some reason. They look like they're animating faster as well as potentially moving faster. Dark Inside. Good afternoon. I had an absolutely crazy Sunday morning. Won't tell us all about it unless it's inappropriate. Then don't tell us anything about it. We don't want you to get in trouble. I guess I did die somewhere. I don't know why. I don't know what I was getting up to. I don't think Ollie's listening anymore. So I'll go test this thing even without him. But first, I've got to time change this zone to be nighttime. Or I guess, let me, you know what time is it right now? It's howdy doody time. It's 8 a.m. in game. All right, so yeah, I'll definitely, I don't want to wait. I had a wonderful weekend. I got to spend the afternoon and evening with our wonderful teammate Robert, who's the one that's made this really awesome music that we're listening to right now. Oh, we need to fix this guy. He's not wearing something properly. Let's see. What music? This music. Can you not hear the music? Are you guys not hearing music on your end? Oh. Low compared to my voice? It's because my voice is majestic. Powerful. As you can tell, I had half a Red Bull before I started the stream. Guys, I'm so tired that I had to do it. I had to have half a Red Bull. Otherwise, I'd fall asleep on the stream. Oops. So Dark Inside said, woke up to a police officer knocking on my door saying that my van was used as a ramp by this lady on my neighborhood street going 80 kilometers in a 40 city side street and hit my van, flipped her car over, ruined her car, but also my van is probably a write-off. Oh shit. Wild. What? She was just zooming along and decided, I think I'm gonna swerve into the van. I saw a video of a individual who, I think it was a lady as well, who hit a ramped tow truck. The tow truck had the ramp down and she hit it doing like 60 miles an hour and jumped it Dukes of Hazzard style. The car goes so far. So Ollie, maybe I'm wrong? Does in the US, does her insurance cover your van? If she's got insurance, it should. They seem normal except for the rat. Okay. Someone driving like that probably doesn't have insurance. I don't know about that. Though I got hit in California once while driving. She just clipped my car. and then attempted to zoom off, not realizing that, well, I'm me. So I pursued her through San Diego traffic at a high rate of speed. I will admit I did use the emergency lane a couple times. Followed her on an off-ramp. Got her to eventually pull over. Had the police already on the way. Yeah, we need to look into this as well because I do think the nav mesh may be out of date. And she had no insurance. That's why she fled. Did you see the video of the car that hit a tire that came off a truck? Launched a car? Yeah, I saw that, John. Yeah. I watch all those videos. Kill Rain, do you know? I thought she wasn't like... I don't think the lady was... that jumped 120 feet. She didn't die, right? She just... It was just a pretty bad accident. Dark Inside said, I live in Canada, and yes, it does, except she got charged for reckless driving and fined up to $5,000 for her being on the phone while driving. Good. So if they don't have insurance, does the justice system accommodate for that automatically, or do you have to sue? They don't accommodate for that. Often you can try to sue and get your money back or whatever, but with many people, it's just kind of a lost cause. So, unless I'm mistaken, but I'm fairly certain that I'm speaking truth. Yeah, it does suck. Because then your insurance winds up, like if you've got good insurance, your insurance winds up paying. Then you got to see whether or not they're going to have an issue with you, and then they wind up oftentimes like raising your premium or your rate or whatever. They'll get a ticket. Hopefully your insurance will help you out, but that's about it. I was telling my wife Jasmine the story about the time that a lady pulled a knife on me at the bank in Alabama, and this is after I'd gotten out of the army and we had a skate park, and so like it was the bank that I used to deposit our money regularly, and the lady was a passenger in a car, opened her door up, like really just violently opened her door open, banged into my vehicle, which was relatively new at the time. Just bam, straight into it. And I looked out the window because, I had it rolled down. I was like, what? Like, WTF? And she started yelling at me like, what? And I was like, that's not cool, man. And she reached into her bra and pulled out a pocket knife and opened it. And I went and just rolled the window up. I was like, that's my defense against bra knife lady. And she put her knife back, was still like shit talking me, and went in the bank. And so my girlfriend at the time called the police. I went into the bank and told the bank manager. And the lady ran off. The sister who was driving her eventually got arrested because she wouldn't say who like she wouldn't give info on her sister, blah blah blah. Anyways, long story short, like that was another one of those things where it's like they weren't going to fix they weren't going to fix the door. There was no point. And even the lady, like the cops, when we talked to him, was like, there's really no point in you even pressing charges, to be honest. Nothing's going to happen to this lady. So the nav mesh, because I was trying to figure out why the NPCs were sinking into the ground right there. Hey, Spit Uncle. Will Eminem have bra holsters? It'll eventually be an expansion feature, John. Give us, when we're on like 20 expansions, then. Ali says here in Bahrain, it depends on whether you have insurance or a third-party insurance. Third-party insurance covers only third-party liability and is the minimum required to drive. Costs like $30 or something. Yeah, Germany has a lot of insurance as well. If they don't have any insurance, they will be paying a monthly resolution for a while. And Bahrain's small enough that you'll know where they live. Brawl holsters were released alongside prison wallets. Stretch goal for backers. Good idea, John. Merch ideas. Oh, fair. We'll just sell them as actual merch. Yep, the cost of fixing the door yourself is less than an insurance rate hikes it and lasts up to 5 years exactly. I never fixed it. That ding stayed in that door until I traded that car in. So, Ollie, like the Ashira doesn't seem like it's walking faster. The Jackal... Here, aggro off. When he goes... Very excited for East Tim. Yeah, East Tim's... It's gonna be an interesting place. Wander off, Jackal. This doesn't seem a little bit faster to you? Is it just me? Is it the Red Bull? Everything's moving faster right now. Oh, yeah. Ashira, Jackals and Ashira have innate speed buffs. Okay, that's fair then. I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me. I thought this stuff was moving slower before. Can we have the blue Tic Tac person t-shirts? Yeah, Justin Beard. We're gonna have some throwbacks like that. Did you, Ollie? I was, during some of my bathroom thinking earlier, I was thinking about that very thing. We should catch up. We should catch up in Slack or something and run through. I had an idea for like a tiered progression for that that's like dead simple, but I'd be curious to see what you, Nick, and others might think. Try selling stuff and see if you gain skill. Cool. Yeah, I was thinking about like some tiers, some basic caps based on certain criteria. So it's I think it's fun that you is the functionality tiered already? Like, does one thing happen and then after at the next tier something else happens, or? Oops. Yeah, because I was thinking like basically it starts out simple. Ah, okay. The more skill, the more chance you have to get some trade tidbits. That's what I was wondering. It's like how we, because the idea that I had was basically similar. It was like hit this tier, you get this info. Hit the next tier, you get the next info. Kind of potentially. So cool. Looks like you're already on it. Let me sell some stuff. You've also implemented the shifty system. I don't at the moment. I don't know what that is offhand. I keep wanting to screw around over here instead of just use the thing that I'm supposed to use. 9 silver. So. Oh, the resale pricing. Okay. Nice. Let me check that out as well. Maybe that's what. Whoops. So. Oh, my skill in commerce has increased. What? Look at that shit. I mean, sorry, language. Turn them into a proper pawn shop. Love the UI. I heard that the UI was part of the reason Vanguard had issues. Are you guys using the new UI element stuff with Unity? Beautiful interface. Ollie, care to answer that? When you say Vanguard had issues, you mean like in terms of optimization? Because that was what we ran into when we were making the prototype of the Mercenary game using PlanetSide's engine. Come to find out, PlanetSide's UI was very heavy. Okay, so he's got all this stuff. I've got some cash. What do I got? I got 9 gold. Ollie said we are using a few different things. Some UI elements, some game objects. I heard from Brian's video that there was a UI heavy bug that was the reason the game went under, but I have no idea. Oh. I don't remember that part of it. Loot from the hardest mob in Wormsbane, but the best I can do is 23 silver. It's a steal at no coins. You're not 0 coins. Can I buy it for 0 coins? Hell yeah, I just bought it for nothing. Fire beetle legs, alright. Cost me 1 gold piece. But there's no way that I'm going to get more than 1 gold piece in return for these guys. Let me find something else. Kite shield, okay. 1 gold piece for a kite shield. I'll buy it. 16 platinum for a lantern. Yet. Alright, so... 1 gold, 6 silver. Now I'm going to take this over to somebody that may buy it. Okay, you buy shields, quartermaster. So he'll give me 1 silver, and he sells them for 1 gold piece, 6 silver, which is what I just paid. So now I'm confused, Ollie. You messed up? Okay. Now I'm not confused. There is indeed a bug. Alright, so... we have a guy that basically you interact with over here. I should probably open, move this over here. Let's see. Ryan Oz, hey, what's up? Thank you for that. Ryan Oz said the game's looking great. Appreciate that. Speluncle said, I forgot what era it was, but there was a tailoring exploit sometime after pop that netted about 1 plat per combine. We went for days before it was fixed. We were a lot younger then. Not tailoring, fletching. Ah, yeah. Yeah, every once in a while some shit like that would happen, and we would do our best because it's funny. We didn't have very good tools for seeing when exploits were actually happening. That's a secret for what happened with EQ back in the day. Just didn't have very good tools. The rat animation looks pretty sped up. But maybe the rest of the mobs moving faster is just in my imagination. Alright, so we got this guy here. First of all, let's track him down. Lieutenant Iker. For some reason I thought he only spawned at night. So that's interesting. Let's load the data set up and see what we can see as well. Maybe some things are just being weird. All right, so dataset has loaded. Excuse me. Where's the burp? So we got this guy. And he's got a spawn that should be, like a trigger that should be spawning him. Oh, I can't make this. Okay, finally. So he's no spawn, so he shouldn't be there until this trigger pops him. Spawn underscore Ashir, that's his name. And spawns one of him. You know what? I wonder if something, because he used to spawn. He did used to spawn. Huh. I wonder if he's set to day-night spawn and also no spawn, if there's something weird going on there. No, because that's what I was using him to despawn him before, and that was working. So he's a nighttime spawn. He can only exist at night. When he hears this trigger. I guess I could debug this by making him a normal spawn, so like day spawn group. Cheesing that, no, because then I've got to make the guy, like, so there's two versions of him. He's basically an escort quest in Shaded Dunes. And when you get to the end and he's like, okay, thanks for the help. And this only happens at night. Thanks for the help. And then he fires this command, and this $sign is what makes it a global spawn. And so, yeah, I guess we'll see. Anyway, but I swear this should be good. Let me make sure that nothing's wrong with the spawn table. Nicodemus, thank you for giving out 2 community subs. MCP Live. And Gesicht. Both of you, congratulations. NPC spawn group. Data. 100% chance. Does that NPC exist? Let's go make sure that's a thing still too. NPC. He still exists. I don't know why it wouldn't appear. Nothing seems weird. Okay. So that should be happening. Now, Lieutenant Iker is no longer a day-night spawn. He's just under here. Okay. That's fine. Then he's behaving normally. And I think I've screwed around enough looking into this that it's about to naturally become nighttime anyway. Let's go see. Let's make sure Shaded Dunes is experiencing the same day-night cycle. Spiduncle said, what's the /time? /time to get ill. Oh snap. Okay, so it's dark over here now. Alright, so these time zones are not aligned. Or these zone times are not aligned. We need a universal command to basically set all of the zones on the server back to the default time. Do we have a request for that? I think we do. Let me check. Let me check our requests. Let me check our requests. Time set -1 does 1 at a time.
Sign of the horns.
Hey, Bananatron. Thank you for 5 months. Yeah, Droop. Harrison got this in a while back. You can tell there are a few things missing from the skyline, but the lighting and stuff definitely looks cool. All right. My only concern though, Ali, is if I do -1 now, then it's going to basically set us back to what? Does it set it to midnight or? Or basically it just sets us to whatever the server time is. Curious what that is. Which zone is the correct zone? Let's try it. Time set -1. And then we'll go over here. Distinct lack of flying carpets. So far. Dargit said, flying mounts confirmed. Yeah, I mean, I'll confirm every one of your crazy ideas. Just because I'm gonna very likely be fired before the game goes live, so I can say whatever. Alright, so what's it set the time to? 11 a.m. So then I'll go over here. Eh? Oh. That's all I need in life. Complete, thoughtless validation of my childishness. I'm here for you. Okay, Ali. I don't know that this command works. I love that you think you can be fired. I can be. Oh no! I knocked my pipe over. I knew that would happen one of these days. Shake all the loose tobacco into the box that it fell in. That's something stuck in my tooth. Commands. We have a list of commands. I'm gonna check that really fast. GM commands. In-game command requests from 2021. Would the project survive, though, without me? Yeah. That's what teams are for. You're getting a usage command pop up in your combat window. Oh. Yeah, maybe that's what was going. I am so bad about not looking over at that window. Thank you very, very much, Isawa. Time set -1. But time set -1 shouldn't be triggering that because it says it right here. -1 or 1 through 12 AM PM. Is it still looking for like an AM or PM? Nope. It's not. Well, Dark Inside, I appreciate your faith and love. I'm not going anywhere. These guys fire me, I'm firing them. We're gonna fire each other. Time reset all is still on our list. Okay, we've got it on the list at least. Flying carpets would be good mob to fight, easy to model. Use cloak physics. Multi-attack with tassels and a towel whip. A towel whip. Alright, so let's do this. Slash time set 6 p.m. Alright, so it's nighttime here now. We'll zone back again. Flying carpet monk, Justin Beard said. Alright, confirmed. Flying carpet playable race can be monks. Important question, will we be teaching snakes to kick? Kilrain, they've been kicking. Snakes have been kicking since they were a capsule. Flying carpet, feign death, sneak attack. I can see a flying carpet being a good puller. Orcs are like, wait a second, did you see a flying carpet? Let's follow it. That's what orcs are going to sound like in our game. So time set 6 a.m. here first, right? And then slash repop or slash reload zone. Get everything all cleaned up and set up. Flying carpet, feign death. It rolls up. I could see that. Now, let's switch it to 6 p.m. Oh no, we're being attacked. Kill. 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 Another one. And another one. Oh, and another one. I might have just accidentally killed a good guy, but it doesn't matter. I did. No, bad guy killed good guy. Okay, we're safe here. So he's moving along normally. Tab. Hail. He says, help, get me out of here. All right, now does he go back to trying to leave? These guys are just going to stand there because I killed all the people that typically kill them, so... Up! Up! He wasn't supposed to do that. Something's wonky again. Something is broken. First was right. Let's zone now just to see. Zone. I still vote that the time isn't synced to the time that the mobs think it is. That's interesting. No, it should be because they've spawned and stuff as they should. Goblin said we already have textures for a flying carpet mob, not gonna lie. It's true. Goblin did some of those. You can see them in what, 2 updates ago? 3 updates ago? Hey, has everybody seen this month's update? The massive update? I don't want to brag, but our update was pretty ginormous. Reb Chumley said it's massive. Nick Demas said yes, it was amazing. John said huge. Kilrain says it was awesome. Correction, it still is awesome. Are there update notes? There are. MCP Live said it's a good size. I mean, you know, it's okay. You guys could just do that every month. Bullet Catcher said, favorite part of the update. I'll keep this section short so that you can start playing or reading through the content. I accidentally typed it in. I accidentally typed in because I was just like typing, and it said originally it was like, I'll keep this section short so that you can start playing through the content, or and I'm fairly certain. No, maybe I'm lying there. I'd have to go back and look through. Oh man. Anyway, I might have lied. I may have just had that smart ass thought on my own. So I was tweaking some things because the team found some bugs, and I was updating that initial part and threw that in there, and I was like, I know it's kind of mean, but you guys will like it. Just checked, I haven't gotten an update email since May 11th. Huh. MCP Live, if you hit me up on Discord, I can look into that for you. Yeah, check your spam folder, look in promotions folder. Nicodemus said, it was so long I started my coffee, started to scroll, and my coffee was cold by the time I got through it. It is definitely a long update. All right, so I guess we can try to debug this. No dice. MCP, can you just hit me up with a DM on Discord, and I can. What I'll do is I will ask you for your email address. Same. No email since May 11th. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no, wait, I'm just being dumb. hold on, everybody. Hold on. May 11th is when the last update went out. So that's correct. You've got no email yet because I realized my mistake. I realized what I did. We used MailChimp to mail out the... mail everything to the mailing list. And today, I took their recommendation on... They've got like their little, you know, like their AI or whatever, their analytics where they can pick the optimal time to send it to you guys. Sorry guys, I totally forgot. It's not that late there yet. And as I was saying that, it's going to be sent out 8 p.m. Eastern, not 8 p.m. my time. It's 8:56 my time, and so that's my bad. That's my bad. I apologize. So 8 p.m. Eastern. You know, the only way you can possibly make this up to us is another stress test this weekend. Oh, my wife's got family in town this weekend. Otherwise, I would have just hopped right in there. This is what happens when you add hookah showers to the game. Yeah. I blame the wacky tobacco. Okay, so I need to load up. Wrong type of stress test. In-laws to me are always stressful. Nope. I like all my in-laws, and in this case, it's Jasmine's cousin. She's fun. Her boyfriend's real fun as well. So, and then one of Jasmine's friends will also be in, and she's also very fun. So, we'll be at the garden, barbecuing, having a great time. Not being as productive as I could be, though. Right, so disable, enable. Let's look at this. Let's test this again. I think first is right, though. If you watch this VOD first, just know that you're right. Bilbo said, my brother-in-law is a cool guy. I'm proud of my sister for keeping him around. You know how oh wait. It's like, I don't, no. Let's say, I think a few of my wives have had brothers. Wrong data set. Good move. How about we load the correct data set? Stress test senses are tingling. Had me running back here. What is Sean promising stream? Only the world, Ollie. Nicodemus said, for the record, I love my in-laws. In case my wife sees this, it's just always a thing when they visit. When we were dating, they wanted to pray me away. They may have had a point. But now look at you. Anyone here ever use any of those MMO mice with the hot buttons on the side? Any suggestions or tips for finding one? Back in the day, I had one. It had all sorts of buttons. Now I'm old, so I just click on the screen. This guy's just going to town. All right, so if we look here, Ollie, something is acting weird with this stuff here. Mine might have been the same, Ollie. So I was trying to check this trigger setup. So this is the guy that you have to escort. He gets to the end of his little walk, and then he fires the cross zone spawn. Jail myself for the stream? I can't. I'm doing important work. So anyways, he's supposed to get to this point. And then fire this command and then despawn. And so I was checking that again because I don't think cross zone triggers are working. We have a bug in for it, Ollie. And then I thought we had fixed the bug with the guy. Ah. These guys are whipping my butt. So anyways, let's go time set. Oh, and time set -1 doesn't seem to work, Ollie. Time set 6 a.m. / reload zone. Should make it so that there's only archaeologists here. Yeah, we fixed the bug with the guy skipping when you hail him, except now I think there's a new bug with the guy inhaling him. So watch this. Because I thought we fixed it as well, and then I think first also checked it, and it looked fixed. But let's go now. Time set 6 p.m. Time set can't be working? Time set is working, but time set -1 isn't working. So here, time set, kill, these guys, kill, cultist, kill, prison guard, kill, prison deacon, kill. All right, so watch. Here's a shear. So he's fighting something I can't see now. Oh, now I can see it. Kill. All right, so he should be good. Now, last time I hailed him, he stopped and then he depopped. This time he just got in a fight. He's going again. Okay, here. Hail. He says, help, get me out of here. Let's see if he keeps walking again. And he's skipping everything again. Because he just did the thanks for the assist. But he didn't even do that last time. I don't think he did even that last time. Let me scroll up. Yeah, he just depopped last time. Just a help. Or wait, no, that's not it. Yeah, help get me out of here. And then he just poofed. And then, yep. So the bug is back, Ollie. Is that via hail that you bugged him? Yeah, I just did a hail on him and he bugged again. And he behaved differently in 2 different bugs. Both times hails. One time he didn't fire off the made it to the end of the command list. He just disappeared. And then this time he actually went to the he fired off at least the say and then the despawn. And what I was trying to check was whether or not he fired off the trigger, which maybe he's doing. It may be good for us when we are on GM clients to be able to see triggers when they're fired so that we know they're fired. Now, even if he did fire the trigger, if Night Harbor is not in the appropriate... If it's not in the appropriate time... I guess what I can do while we're testing this is not make it a day-night spawn on at least the target guy, just make them triggered. You had a way to listen to them? Is it in the command list? I can check. Excuse me. As soon as I'm done zoning, I can check the command list. Is there a race you'd say in the game that's known for being good traders and such? I mean, humans. Goblins aren't very trustworthy traders. Gnomes are, you know, gnomes. Well, I think I'm zoning. I should have been zoning. May no longer be zoning. I've actually run into this problem a couple times as well, Ali, where while testing this particular quest where he fires the cross zone trigger, then I try to zone back into Night Harbor and it hangs for so long that I usually just restart the client. Oh, I just missed it. You're right, Misava. Maybe that's what happened the last time as well. I just ran through it. I feel like halflings would be good at that because of all the resources they farm. I mean, they're good farmers, doesn't necessarily make them good traders. I would say if we're looking at races that are really good at trade, you'd want a race that's also very travel focused, diplomatic, a bit cunning. A focus, like a lot of them are, what is it, polyglots? They like languages. Yeah, so this guy is not here. He's just not here. So, oh no. While we're in here, let's adjust his spawn. So it doesn't matter if it's day or night. And then we'll go from there. Halflings are good eaters. Belfaster, thank you for 17 months. Government said, oh, I wasn't thinking travel focus, more like they have a seasonal farmer's market. So yeah, guess not. Trader. I've got the feeling as we continue to flesh things out though, we'll probably find that not only, well, let me say it a different way. We'll find that there'll be certain factions within different races that are very trade focused, and probably then we could play with that a little bit. It's less of a single race thing and more of a who they associate with. Whoa. Let's zoom on down here. Belfaster said, hello, hope all is well. Just here to donate my humble Prime sub before I have to abscond away to another meeting. Well, we appreciate your Prime sub dearly, Belfaster. I hope your day is not filled with too many meetings, and the meetings that you do have to partake in, hopefully they're meaningful. Hopefully they do not bore you too much. And hopefully you get a break from those meetings sometime this week. Number of people followed this channel yesterday. Schwanik, 22 Seals, Christina Moon Vibes, Vumbra. I thought I saw you around here before though. Alchemikey, Diamond. Vumbra also followed me 7 days ago. What in the world? I wonder if people are getting unsubscribed or whatever. Monteleon, hello. How have you been? Dr. Midnight said, I just had a meeting about having another meeting. Always so productive. Yeah. Yeah. Those meetings about meetings add up. And then the meetings themselves add up. Have I been? Good. Good. Oh, a little sore today, actually, so it may help with my posture. I'm sunburned and sore and old and stinky, but otherwise good. Day-night spawn cycle. We'll move this in here. Beak to boop. Actually, day-night spawn cycle, we'll put it in both. We'll hit save, but he shouldn't spawn. We'll do this for testing. We'll do this for testing's sake and see if this causes them to spawn. What if I don't make them triggered? What if I just make them normal really quick? Let's do that. We'll hit save. Then we'll reload the zone and see if he appears. That's one way to test it. Gotta tell you, man, I'm getting some nasty ticks. Need my fix. Let us test something. Anything. Oh. Okay. That may be... That's why this son of a gun is facing this way. I was like, why is he facing over here where the guy's supposed to spawn? I think the mystery has been solved. He is spawning. And then immediately getting murked by Lieutenant Iker. And since he's a triggered spawn, it's kind of like... we don't notice it because no one's here, right? Like, I'm testing it over there. He gets triggered over here. The sneaky lieutenant kills him before I can come back over here and check to see if he's up. So it's not a bug. It's a case of murder. A murder most foul. This is correct. That's how the lieutenant is securing his spot as lieutenant. Yeah, he's not playing around. All right, so let's check their factions and figure out why Red Mantle is killing this head researcher here. What is his faction? Archaeologist, Night Harbor. let's put him on. I don't know why those hate each other, but we can. That's a problem for future me or somebody else to solve. For now, let's just put him on. We'll put him on. Put him on Red Mantle faction. Screw it. That should make it fine for. All right, boom. Let's confirm that Iker is also Red Mantle. Iker's just on Night Harbor. He's not even a Red Mantle. What? Put him on Red Mantles too, though. Okay. Cool. Mystery's getting closer to being solved. At least this step in a mystery. Let me tell YouTube to please continue playing music. Now I'm back. Commander Iker. Was he a commander? I thought he was like the XO or something. Second in command. Are the yellow circle with X gizmos for particle stuff? Oh, I honestly don't know, Speduncle. I don't know. That's a good question for Ali or Zukin, maybe. You believe he was a commander in a series? Okay. Oh, I don't know much about Navy, let alone Space Navy. So, I think that makes sense, because commander is not the captain, right? Commander's just commander. You're like, clearly commander is not the captain, Sean. They're two different words. Don't be a dummy. Alright. So Iker's here. Spacing where he should, normally. Now let's run back to Zone Shaded Dunes. I think we may have solved this mystery, gang. Well, we solved the mystery of why he wasn't spawning. And that would make sense that he used to work and then he stopped working at some point. Because I think there is some stuff, we've done some stuff with like factions over the months. And played around in the faction DB. And that can lead to weirdness sometimes that you don't see because you're like, yeah. You're not really smoke testing like every faction that got changed. So, cool. Alright, this is cool. One less bug. This is fine. Everything's fine. Hey, Jasmine. Are you working out after all? You did? Okay. No? Yeah, right. Maybe working out is going to keep you up. You know what? Give me the other half of my Red Bull and I'll stay up with you. Party! Okay. Time set 6 a.m. Reload zone. Oh, it looks like it cleaned itself up pretty much anyway, but we'll reload zone just for, you know, consistency's sake. Oh man. I love that sunrise back. Look how, oh my gosh, I love that sunrise every time I see it with stuff silhouetted against it. That's so cool, man. Have you ever thought about faction levels affecting spawn rates amounts? Like if a player is max hated for a particular faction, they spawn more or more often to react to their presence? The challenge when you do dynamic spawning, Vante, is you've got to look at each one of those situations and kind of go, is it a bad thing or is it a goal? Right? Because if I'm at a camp and we've got the camp pretty much managed, like we're in a really good consistent group, then the question becomes, have we considered the increase in spawns based on the players, the various players' factions relative to the spawns when we are looking at any estimates or simulations that we've run to see how much experience and or items and or coin is coming into the world at a certain rate. So if we're saying like we've got a 3-minute or a 5-minute or a 7-day or whatever it is spawn rate, then we're probably using that spawn rate as a balancing mechanism when looking at inputs into the economy. That would cheat the moneymaker. Yeah. So that's one of those things that we would have to, you know, and this isn't just applied to your question, because there have been questions in the past about like, looking at like if you stay at a camp for a certain amount of time, does it increase spawn rate or does it cause new spawns to occur? Or anytime there's a dynamic system, it's or a progressive system. It's one of those things where you've got to look at and go, what are the advantages or detriments? How can it be griefed in the favor of the person that's kind of triggering it? How can it be griefed against that person, right? So whenever somebody's like, what about a monster that every time it kills somebody gets more powerful or gets better loot? Well, then you run into the situation of, you know, can you force feed it to make it get more powerful and better loot faster? If it's at a certain rate, can someone then come in and you're like, oh man, I'm really hoping today's the day that I get max level boss. And then someone's like, oh, you'll never see his final form because they come in and kill it. And then you're like, oh, you griefed me, right? Like, so. Spawn rate could be an interesting mechanic for something like guards, though. More hated, more guards come after you, unless you're really hoping to kite the shit out of guards. And then we've just given you a bonus for something that, you know, I mean, you're already hated. Vontae said, yeah, I get it. I'm thinking would be cool factor, and you're having to take the developer outlook. How can players abuse this? Or how can players abuse this for their benefit? How can other players abuse it versus, John said, and more show up, eventually you can't handle them? Maybe. Or then does that become a griefing thing? Like if you can somehow, how long can, what's the worst case scenario? Can I avoid them long enough that all of a sudden there's like 400 guards built up? Turkan said, like this idea makes it more living. It makes it more living, but the problem is it makes it, we still have to understand what the ramifications are of the dynamics that make it more living, and is that a good thing or not? When we were working on the spawning system for DC Universe Online, we actually came up with an entirely different spawning system that's not in the game. Chunks of it are, but most of the actual system is not in the game. And it was extremely dynamic. And we even patented it. And the thing was, it wound up being so dynamic that it just didn't feel good. It's kind of like, it's like dynamic spawn timers. It's like this, you know, what if instead of all of them being on a 5-minute spawn timer or whatever, it could be anywhere between 3 and 7 minutes? And it's just like, I don't know. For me personally, there's something about establishing that rhythm of spawn times that's kind of a key part of camping gameplay. Instead of more, you could have stronger, but then that also gets into the thing that I was saying before. All of a sudden, somebody's camping guards and they're doing it the right way, but then ultra hated person comes and like Uber guard shows up, but then kills the person that's not the ultra hated person, but the lesser hated person that was just camping there. Like to see reactionary conditions for dungeon crawls. Like at some point, dungeon is trying to push you out mechanically, but then we're dictating camp times, which is kind of counter camping. I mean, all of these are great ideas, I think, for potentially certain situations or other games or something like that. But Mantis Boxer said maybe the faction thing Oblivion had, where a town might hate you for a while, be more hostile for a while. Yeah, so Luna was showing me some of that in relation to rogues, and I do think there is something to like the heat gauge, the GTA sort of heat gauge based on crimes and stuff. That's not just a straight linear kind of like you've now ruined your faction and you're screwed until you can fix it kind of thing. That might be something fun to play with later. John said there should be more penalty for killing things like guards, merchants, quest givers. Yeah, so we'll probably be playing around with some mechanics to make some of those less enticing and definitely more. The risk versus reward is going to be just completely hit with a hammer, so that you're not like just killing merchants and being a pain in the ass. So we will be playing around with that a little bit. I think Nick and I were talking about some stuff there on that one. Or it may have been Nick, Ollie, and I, or more of us. Okay, especially as we're looking at Monster City mechanics. Well, the interesting thing is if we, Mantis, if we get a system of kind of like temporary, hey, you just did something wrong, but it's not murder, then we can use it for mud objects and things like that as well, right? It's kind of like the, you know, every RPG where you can go in and steal stuff out of a box. Okay, yeah, you stole it, and there's a respawn timer on it or whatever. Like, we can use that with our mud objects really, or mud actions really nicely, I think. So it's like, because even the rogue quest where you use the grappling hook to get up on the tower, like, we could potentially have that be an event where if a guard sees you, it kind of pings you with that hit. Yeah, then we'll throw you in jail, where you can only watch people play the game. Okay. So, so that'll be one of those things that we just keep on the radar and play around with. Yeah, it's a thing in Archage. It's a thing in ESO, I believe. It's definitely a thing in like Skyrim, Morrowind, and stuff like that. All right, so the only thing I want to check now that I've been here rambling about other stuff. Said it. I thought it was an interesting concept, but done poorly. Don't worry, we'll do some things poorly as well, but then you'll tell us and then we'll try to fix them. And I don't say that out of pessimism. I just say that because it's the nature of making MMOs. It's the nature of making products. It's one of the funny things about jiu-jitsu. I'm always like, oh, am I getting a sore throat? Oh no, I forgot. I just got choked repeatedly earlier today. All right, so time set 6 p.m. That should be good. It's true though. It's true. Oh, sore neck all the time. Leg choked or arm? Today? I think it was just because it really wasn't the intent. It was just a kind of a byproduct. You could choke to sort of win the drill. Or at least the black belt instructor that was running it today decided that was going to be the case. I think it was my gi. I think he just choked me with my own gi. Oh, I got triangle choked by this this smaller blue belt guy. I effed around and I found out pretty quickly with him. I thought I was going to be sneaky, and wonder how they scale that back for a 3-year-old. Oh, don't worry about it. It's I think part of it's natural physiology. At least if you're going to a decent school. Now, I don't know if 3 is the starting point. I don't know what age they start with. My old coach's son started probably as soon as he can move. Now he's a little tiny badass. Actually, he's probably like a dude by now. Yeah, but the classes I've seen, they're pretty good about just once the kids kind of get in position and are doing things right or whatever, then the coaches are like, okay, now reset. And the fun thing about sparring jiu-jitsu is as long as people aren't like completely out of control, which oh wow, okay, perfect. Yeah, I was about to say, a lot of times it's the fact that you can just tap is okay, so let's time set here. Time set 6 p.m. Brown Butcher, hello. Kill. Oh no, this commander better not kill my dude. Officer killed. Officer killed. Commander killed. Cultist killed. Vante said, question for you, when you've got a moment, with the MMO market having aged now, the multiplayer games like survival game genre being what it is today, why haven't we seen a multiplayer game that plays like an MMO but built for scalable players? I'm only curious. I'm only curious your opinion as a dev, as I've only been a player and wondered about it as a game model. Ali asked, what do you mean by scalable players? What's on the menu today? Brown Butcher. I swear this guy's going another path today. I think it... Oh, well, I guess that makes sense depending on kind of where he picked up on the go-to. Okay, so I'm just going to let him run his natural course. And then I'm going to go check and see if the other bug is fixed. Brown Butcher, I popped in to check something really fast, and then I think I discovered the source of why I've believe there was a bug that may not actually be the bug that I thought it was. And so I thought that the cross zone trigger wasn't working, but I discovered that it may have actually been working, and then another NPC was killing the spawned mob before we could get over and check it. Scalable in number, the world is set for 6 players, but increases in difficulty if more players join. So you mean like an MMO or a co-op game? Ollie, you're saying, oh, that's good on the bug. It was definitely a funny one to run into. Okay, so he's made it. Cool. Now, Zone, Night, Harbor. Co-op multiplayer. I mean, I guess it's feasible. You have to basically scale all of that content. You just got to create content that scales up to whatever you think the sort of cutoff point's going to be, and that may be just too weird of a... Hold on one second. Let me mute. Let me mute. All right, I'm back. Let's go see if the dude's there. Ollie said we need a test area for triggers to regularly regression test it. Our implementations have too many variables. Oh, that's fair. Well, I mean, I could just set up a much easier test case. And he's back. All right, this bug is officially fixed. Cool. Let me go in because it was never the bug that we thought it was. This bug is not the bug you think it is. So let me find this bug. Wait. Oh, I was like, where are they going now? They're just killing an Ashira. Hold on one sec. I need to mute again. All right. I didn't get to a chance to mute in time. You just got to hear the car crash of my wife jamming frozen meat into the dog's freezer. It's in the office, like right next to me. Brown Butcher says meat. You thought I thought you were tooting? Oh no, man. You think I would mute for a toot? You can't hear my toots. They're quiet. Vante Leon, it may just be no one's really thought of a concept that they thought would have a market. So they just haven't done it yet. I mean, Blizzard's doing that new survival game MMO thing, right? Yeah, so the other thing that'd be interesting too is like, how do you develop a world? How do you develop a world that is that feels appropriate for like a 4-man group only, and then you go up to, if it's a 6-person group or 200 people are in the world, like what does that actual physical world look like, and why does it feel good for each of those various sort of grouping constructs or player counts? You know what I mean? All right, so what was I doing? Man, I am so unproductive on stream. NPC trigger NPC commands and or trigger spawns doesn't seem to work anymore. Can close this one. I've tested this and found that the air quotes bugged use case was actually suffering from another problem. The triggered spawn was being killed by another NPC due to some faction changes. Put a question mark. In recent months. Since you would have to zone over to see the NPC spawn, and it was being killed before you got there, it seemed like a trigger issue. One bug per stream. You already made your quota. Yes, just in time. That's wonderful. It's true though. I can tell you watch the stream. You figured, yeah, it's damn true. There was a stream where I think I regressed like 5 bugs. It was pretty. That was an extraordinary stream. But one per stream is kind of it. I mean, I guess I could label this fixed, but it was never broken. Do we have a flag for was never actually broken? Not a bug. The hail issue is still there. Ali, did you look into that? Or should I just make a note on and reopen that bug? I almost fixed a bug. Well, I identified that a bug wasn't a bug. Don't you mock me, John. How dare you? Why are you so mean to me, John? Punching up is still punching. I said punching up, which is a sign of superiority. Hey, Maze, what's going on, Daddy? Waiting to redeem these 24,000 cookies for PvP. Inflation. I'm about to change all of those point reward things. I'm going to like quadruple them. Punching up is still punching. Man, I'm stealing that. Feel free to use it. It's what we do here. On M&M we share. We're sharers. So I'm just gonna put fixed. I don't have a better way of saying that it was never a bug to begin with. Clear assignees. There is no assignees because it's not an issue. Trigger NPC commands and or triggered spawns don't seem to work anymore. It's just not. Who did I even Ollie open that? Okay. Word up, Maze. I've tested this and found that bug use case was actually suffering from another problem. Triggered spawn. Okay, I think that'll make sense to people. Now we've got, I thought we had another. Now my dog's running around like a madman. I don't know what he's doing. Is he looking for food? Did Jasmine hide treats around the house? She does that sometimes to stimulate his brain. Or we've got a treat bag that he's got to like seek out as well, like a prey dummy. So I'm looking for more. I'm looking for the other. I can't find it. But now is not open. I've got to look and go. Wonder if Daybreak is ever going to consider a project like this for EQ, like a revamped EQ or whatever. They may. They may. They might. At the end of the day, it just comes down to, do they think the money they spend on developing the thing will make them more money and is worth the effort relative to other things they could be making to make even more money, especially with the Swedes owning them now. The Swedes don't joke around about their money. The Swedes are kind of like Big Worm. They act like it's not the case. They try to like be very, oh, we are not focused on the money. That's not true. Swedes love money. Playing with a Swede's money is like playing with their emotions, okay? Like IKEA is not focused on money. Exactly. Now, Swedes are really good at making the cash. When I got there, they described, there's like a term for, they've got this idea of like, no one wants to kind of, they say no one wants to stick their head up above the crowd, right? Like be like seen as being too fancy or whatever. Walk around Stockholm, it looks like you're walking around a freaking catalog. Beautiful people, the older people especially, flowing gray hair, beautiful gray beards. Look like they're just, they just woke up and someone, some sort of catalog photographer just clothed them in beautiful clothes. They drink champagne for fun. Like if you walk down the main street, the main drag in Stockholm, everybody's sitting out when the sun's out, they're drinking bubbly. Lamborghinis roaring up and down the street that I lived on. Yeah. Yeah. They should be fine on money. They literally have the monopoly on fish used in sushi. Is this true? Love the deadly Swedes with their watches and chocolate. Wait, that's the Swiss, isn't it? Isn't that Norway with the fish? In the muscle cars and all the gasoline, they've got tons of gas up there. I haven't seen that movie, Dark Inside. So now I can't find. So it just is issue. Triggered. See if I can find this issue that you closed. Or maybe I need to look for go-to. I'll look for go-to instead. Go-to. Holy crap. Yes, it is the Swiss. See. Bonteleone. See, you're very close to being right with several references. You're very close. I mean, I would say you still get like half credit because you at least knew that somebody roughly in the area did the thing. Now, I mean, Sweden and Switzerland, not directly neighbors, but, you know, for Americans, it's like, man, they could probably be in the same country if they were Americans, you know. They both begin with swa. Yeah. They both started with S. like Sweden, Switzerland, Senegal, Sri Lanka. Half credit. That's kind of like the bug you just fixed. There's your punching up, pal. Yep. Keep punching up. Keep punching up, John. Every time you punch up, it's just a reminder of how much bigger I am than you. You're punching up and I'm just palming your little head. Just palming you. You're just swinging under my arm. Swaziland. Nice reference. Saudi. True. Funny enough, Saudi is all about the watches, Lamborghinis, and the chocolate, and the sashimi. A lot of BDE being thrown around in here. Oh, I was like, what? I almost asked you to, and I was like, oh, I know what that is. I wouldn't say thrown. Maybe swung around like a lasso. Brown Butcher says Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, Finland, Amsterdam, Holland, Brussels, Deutschland, wherever that is, whatever that is. To America is all one big place, and many of those names are appropriate. All right, so I'm actually scrolling through bugs right now, trying to find this one that we closed out. That's maybe I should look for a shear's name, because that would have been used in as an example. AASH. There we go. All right. So let's go back. Let's go back and, for the third time, break this guy. I will break you. Monty Leon said, I love that chat has my back even after I admit the mistake. Hell yeah, this chat is fantastic. Have I said that today? You guys think I just say this shit to, like, I don't know, get extra cookie points from you, but it's true. It is so rare that we get somebody lame in here. And it's not like we don't have, you know, it's not like a massive stream by any means, but we get a number of people in here. We get a number of uniques over the course of a month if I'm actually doing my job in streaming. And I would say we even saw that in the stress test, right? Had a couple thousand people in there, and for the most part, people were good. I think we actually just had one numbskull in Discord that we had to deal with. Synth6, thank you for the follow. Chilane73, you know what? It's been 7 minutes ago and I did not thank you for the Prime for the 10 months of support. I looked at it like 3 times and kept rambling and rambling. I'm pretty sure I did not thank you for that, and that is my bad. I am thanking you now, if you can forgive me. Bonte said, I love the stress test. I spent an hour of it showing the other spell blades where the quest updates were. I haven't done something like that in a long time. That's so cool to hear. John said, to a degree, you cultivate the culture you want. Being tolerant is fine, but give an inch. Nope. Yeah, we don't. We don't play that here. People come in here and they're acting fresh. Sava said, I spent the last 30 minutes of the second test soloing Night Terror. Look at you. Do you think there's a possibility for another stress test before 2024? I can't. I absolutely don't want to make any comment on that because it won't be fair to the team or key stakeholders in that area. But I will say that the team is actually we'll be looking to determine sort of like the most appropriate time to do a future test. But like we really had a lot of fun with the last one, so we would like to. It's not like we don't want to do tests. Okay. Nick says, I'll be the one. Yes. All right, then I'll admit it. I'll admit it since Nick just came out of the shadows with that. The only reason why I was saying I don't want to commit to it was because Ollie and I want to do it, and Nick has been behind the scenes saying, no, no, no. Don't do it. Don't give them what they want. And then he comes in here and steals the thunder. Yes, blame Nick. Nick is enemy number one. Perfect. There we go. There we go. Early access now. Viva la revolution. Screw it. Treat me as a hero when I'm the one secretly blocking him behind the scenes. No, we really do. We want to get some, we want to have tests in the future. We just... Sean confirms everything. Nick rejects everything. It's the yin yang of M&M development. Except then behind the scenes it's actually secretly the opposite. All right, so let's see if we can break this guy again. Hey, I'm down. I'd rather pony up $70 for this than D4. You think you do, but you don't. You think you want that, but don't you have PCs? We'd rather you be able to pony up before you pony up. Oh my god, speaking of which, stop everything. Do you want to see my favorite thing I've seen in quite a while? Did you see? Oh, you probably haven't because most of you did not get the email yet because it's firing off at 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh my gosh. Do you know how long I've dreamed of being able to climb my gnome onto a beautiful smelling and loyal and wonderful fluffy warhound? No, John, we're not going to take your money especially because then you're going to be like, no, you've actually got to listen to me and do what I want to. No. We're not taking your money, John. All right, so back to the game and my inability. Oh shit, Slack's lighting up. What happened? Okay. Okay, cool. Something happened. Thought I was getting fired. I saw Slack light up. I had notifications in Slack. I was like, see, I told you guys earlier today I was going to get fired. It's $70 pre-order makes you an investor, right? A lot of people think so. Warhound, do you want to see gnomes riding corgis? That's a stretch goal. Goblin said Norden suggested Pack Dog. All can thank him when we get him in game. Very thankful. But it's been on our list though, I think. But we do thank you, Norden, for suggesting it. But I also think it's on our list. But maybe not. All right, so let's break this guy again. Your dog has backpacks, and they all have for the past 20 years. I really want to put a backpack on my dog, but he's basically he'd get a fanny pack and it looked like a backpack. He's really small in real life. Slash time set 6 p.m. Head researcher Ashir, quit being so aggressive, sir. He's going after everybody. Okay. So here he is. So he's walking again. It's all good. Tab. Hail. Speduncle, they do. Oh, that's a cool bumper sticker. They do. All right. So he's broken again. Reopen issue. Looks like he's broken again. Was able to... no, it's a different thing that's broken. So this part is broken again, and we thought it was fixed. The part that we thought was broken was actually never broken. So I hope you can keep that straight in your mind. Looks like he's broken again. Was able to trigger the end of the command series by using a single hail. Comment. So hail still skips commands. Yeah, it does. It does for this guy, Ollie. And the thing is, like, I think both First and I have checked him. Oh no, actually, it just First has checked him. But I thought I checked him the other day, but then wound up not hopping into GitHub and like updating and saying. But I swear he worked the other day, and then First says 2 days ago this has been fixed. See video for test. So I'm gonna. Picture in picture? Can I move this picture? Is it not? It's not gonna show any secret info, right? I don't think so. Well, this feature is not working. So I'm just going to watch it on my other monitor, which isn't very entertaining for you, but I'll tell you. Who does this need to get assigned to? Go back. Assignees Nick. No. This is not Nick's problem. This is Ollie's problem. Then, oops, fix label. Undo fix. It's Nick's problem until he gives into your demand. I had no demands for Nick. I was throwing Nick under the bus earlier. There's no demands there. It's just a bus and a person and person under it. You did demand bone chips from Nick, but that was real life. And that was kind of creepy. Hey, why are you attacking me? Stop that. I no longer generate aggro. Go kill somebody else. Bone chips is the economy I provided. How was your project funded? Well, we don't like to talk about that. What is a bone chip? I even bought a little electric bone chipper. Is there a special character in a dialogue like an escape character? Found an issue the other day where an escape character was used in a string to bounce out of some logic at work. I don't think so. I mean, I guess we can make a different test case somewhere cleaner. Oh, speaking of which, there's some NPCs that need to be moved. I don't know if they've been moved yet. Is that not a place? Hey, Biggs. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Nope. I actually did not need to do that. Need to come over here. Need to look at this. Let's see what we did here. And then let's see, there may be maybe an easy way to sort of adjust this. Got some test characters in there already, that's good. If I go to let's see if I make it in there. First time zoning into that zone, so maybe it takes a little bit longer. Night Harbor Fields. Show all. Cool. They're still in there. All right, so if I can make it into the zone. Though I don't need to actually be in the zone to do this. So if it doesn't load in a second, I'll go into the scene and I'll move these into there. You bought a bag of fried shrimp heads. There's a little label on it that says no eyes, no brain. Wow. How do they get the eyes and brain? Well, the eyes, I guess, are probably easy. Shrimp chips are delicious. You guys are kind of making me hungry again. Dang it. I want some boudin. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Boudin? Canadians, is that correct? I was describing that to some Germans within the last week or two and showed them pictures and they were blown away. Because it's some of their favorite things. Boudin? Okay, so boudin. They're like, what is this? It's pommes frites with, I think I was showing it to you, Martin. Or maybe it was at Patty's house. It's like, what? Pommes frites with gravy and cheese curds? Yeah. Poutine? Yeah. That's what I meant. Yeah, not boudin. What's boudin? Is that the like spicy sausage? Goblin, you gotta get yourself some of that. You guys probably have a shop on every corner there. Okay, DDJ7. Yeah, it's the sausage thing, right? Isn't it? Isn't that the special sausage from Louisiana? Speaking of Louisiana, I finished my Revolutionary War audiobooks, and Lafayette was kind of a badass. That is Louisiana, right? A sujuk, I think I've seen that in grocery stores here. That's a sausage as well, right, Ali? Yeah, Turkish. Yeah.
Woohoo,
Which
now I'm invested and you have to do what I say.
Salacious, thank you for 2 months. I will do exactly 2 months worth of listening to you. Lamb chorizo. I was about to ask what it's made out of. Lamb, that makes sense. Yeah, I got it because it looks like chorizo. In all seriousness, thank you, Salacious. Yeah, I got it because I was like, let's get some chorizo for breakfast. They actually have chorizo here as well. Lafayette was definitely an amazing general. The cool thing about Lafayette too was he wasn't a general in France, and then I think it was Benjamin Franklin, when he came to Ben Franklin in France, was like, hey, I want to go over there. The young guy, I want to do some shit. And many French folks were like trying to get over there so they could get their adventure points or whatever. Anyway, he helped him. Well, he didn't help him. He like basically, Ben Franklin was like, all right, you are a fabled general of wars who is a badass and blah, blah, blah. And Washington will totally accept this as the truth. And he was like, oh, I cannot do this. And he was like, no, I'll just do it. And then went over there and wound up being a really, really great general. He was a Marquis in France. I think he was made a Marquis in France after he kicked so much ass in the U.S. And then, but I thought he left France to go back to the U.S. When you guys had your own revolution and stuff. But he was a captain, I believe, in France. He was a captain in France, and then had the write-up make him sound like he was a general. Went over, got to serve as a general. Was actually did a really outstanding job as a general. And then when the French finally came to support the rebels, the revolutionaries, the Americans, then he had to deal with actual French generals, and they were like, but they treated him like, you guys are still on the Putin, which is good. It's delicious. I've only ever had it in Austin, Texas. All right, so let's see spawners in here, and I'm gonna move these guys over here. Is it possible to turn up background music bit, please? Sure. But only if you're a multi-month subscriber, Fabrizio. Otherwise, can't do anything for you. Just kidding. I'm turning it up now. It's probably going to be too loud later, though, because this is actually a quiet... Did you want to hear this in particular, or do you just want to hear the music? Just in general? Okay. Then let me skip ahead really fast. Because this ambient track is pretty quiet. Music has been low in general? Like on every stream or just today? Every stream? Well, you guys can let me know if shit's not loud enough. I can't hear what you hear. You've never heard the music? Half the time when I ask, can you guys hear the music? I get like 4 or 5 responses that are like, no, it's fine. And then I get a couple other people like, I can't hear anything. So, more and more it's... I think you guys need to get together and figure it out. Get it together. Your voice is shaking my windows right now for me to hear the music. There we go. Can you whisper maybe now? You know, this playlist here, look. There's a playlist. Just listen to playlist. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm not even gonna stream anymore. I'm just gonna, you know, you can listen to the playlist. Just, the playlist is awesome. It needs more, it should have way more listens than, oh, interesting. Crunch some chips. I can't chew with my mouth open. I was taught at an early age that if you chew with your mouth open, you will be knocked out of your chair. While you're at it, just watch old streams and VODs too on the YouTube channel. I guess if I watched any of my own VODs, I would know that you guys couldn't hear the music. Yeah, Nick is definitely on something today. On my damn nerves. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him in Slack in just 1 minute. All right. Your stream is seriously one of the things I look forward to during the week. Not kidding around. I appreciate that, even if I have failed you with my inability to mix audio properly. Sean, also you're supposed to switch. Give us 1080p option, remember? You know what? I actually did look into that. Not kidding around. I looked into getting partner status just so I could give you guys consistent 1080p or whatever. They're like, everything looks good, but we would want you to stream 3 days a week, please. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. If the rest of your metrics are being hit, I don't understand why I need to stream 3 days a week. They can. You thought non-partners get 1080p now? I don't know. I rarely actually research beyond that. I thought we discussed this previously, and it was partners get 1080p sometime, but they're deprioritized relative to other streams or something, so it can be inconsistent and cause stream problems. Yeah, you can stream 1080p, but it may not get transcoded. And so what does it do if it doesn't? Does it just bump it down to... And the other reason why I don't want to do 1080p is because then you don't need to see me any more clearly. Yeah, it makes the game look better, but maybe I don't want to be here in that. From garden stream. Yeah, I'll stream the garden in 1080. You finally get to see the tattoos. These tattoos are 27, 28 years old. Trust me. All right. Fair point, Nick. We may be able to do that. But so what's the deal though with the transcoding? Is that an actual issue or not? Having an M&M account makes sense. Yeah, I wish we would have thought of that back when the stream started and there was no M&M. But I guess we could sacrifice our. I can sacrifice my account so that you guys can stream on it. You guys are full of a ton of awesome advice at this hour of my night. It's an issue with people that watch you. If they don't have transcoding, they can't bump it down. And if they have a lower connection speed, you'll buffer. I could always just set it to 1080 for the next one and okay, I'll set it up. I'm gonna be super honest with you, and maybe I shouldn't, but like when I'm done streaming and wrap up for the night and go to do other stuff, I don't spend a lot of my time during the week thinking about the stream. Think about hanging out with you guys, talk to you, yes, but like updating the fanciness of the stream or adding new widgets or updating the cookie points or coming up with like stream events or anything like that. It's more like it doesn't happen a lot. I'm sorry. So, well, I'll get in here and I'll set it up differently and we'll see if that helps or whatever. All right, so copy this. Is there a chance we can check in on some of the people you've interviewed in the past? Kind of have them demo the game and give their thoughts. It's possible. I've reached out to a couple of people that haven't been on stream yet last week, and so we may get a few of them in. We may get a few additional, like we can go back and get some other folks back on. But again, this is like, it's another one of those things where it's surprisingly not necessarily just plug and play to coordinate getting people to show up and do interviews. So let's see. This zone doesn't exist in the zone list. So it's not showing up in this list. So I'll ask about that off stream. What's needed to manage? Oh, sorry, to add and load the missing the yes. I understand it'd be good to get their view on the progress that has been made so far. I mean, one of the other things that's been a little awkward for me on those things is it's fun to talk to the guys. I don't know why it's a bit awkward, but it's it's fun to talk to him, and when we've had the interviews in the past, like there have been some references to Eminem, and that was during a much earlier stage of Eminem for the most part, because a lot of those happened in like 2020 and 2021. So there's this kind of mixing of streams where I don't necessarily want to be like, I think there's some things we've got to be careful with regards to if we're doing an EQ focused interview, then no, it's not because they're competition or anything, but it's if we're doing an EQ focused interview, it's both bad form and potentially there's some legalities to consider where it's like, hey everybody, come talk to these people about this other product that currently still is operating that has a recognizable IP, and then we're going to transition to talking about our IP, which then could be considered a marketing ploy that's not necessarily looked upon favorably. So there's some of that stuff, but getting the folks on and just kind of bullshitting about random things, I think, maybe there may be a way to do it. Now I want to get some of them on just to kind of talk about what's going on with them and where they're at now, and and get some more questions and some new people that didn't get a chance to speak with them before. So talk about the state of games industry trends. Yeah, we can do stuff like that. Are we moving some artsy NPCs for VGFX? I thought we were, but I just asked in Slack if I'm missing the obvious or doing something dumb here, but it doesn't look like the data set is listed in here for me to load. So, I'll probably be moving those dudes off stream. Let's talk about this theoretical game. Yeah. And in terms of, the just general discussion about the industry, I do think there's some value there in talking to those guys, because a few of them, I'd say, yeah, definitely more than a few of the folks that I've talked to are now at other companies or have been at more than one company since then and other stuff. So, Spit Uncle, thank you for being here. You're welcome. And yeah, sorry the MailChimp said that the best possible timing to send that email out was 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see what the click rate looks like. We'll see if they're right, and if the click rate's not awesome, then I'll just send them out whenever I send them out before. Waiting to see what old Smedley's project is at the moment. Smedley is no longer on Smedley's old project. He's no longer at that company. And it seems like a number of those people that were on his project are going to a different project now. Yep. Unless I'm mistaken, but yeah, I'm fairly certain. I could try him again. He was supposed to have been on like the first year. He said he was going to be on, but then wound up not being on. So left in January. Yeah, so that's been a little bit. I'll tell you what. It is 10:30 here, and I am exhausted. The Red Bull finally wore off. The half a Red Bull. So I would say roughly 2 hours, 2 hours 20 minutes is how long half a Red Bull will last me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap up here. I will be back on Thursday. Same time. And Jasmine has the day off on Friday, so I'll drink a full Red Bull before that one. Cause then I won't mind being up a little bit later. But since she's gonna be up at like 5 or 6 in the morning tomorrow, I'm probably gonna wrap up here and then hop into bed, unwind, hop into bed, and then try to get some sleep. Now I'll make a note so I don't forget. Here, I'll just add it to my things to do list in a second. To check into the 1080p thing. I don't even know. I mean, according to my camera, it says it right on there. It can do 1080. We'll see what that looks like. I was just kidding about not wanting to be seen in 1080. And sure, if the game looks better and everything works for you guys, then cool. Do you take notes with Obsidian for Eminem? No. I take notes on Notepad because it's in the name. Sparrow, have a great night. Good to see you. Thanks again for your wonderful videos. Lasava, see you. In my humble opinion, Nicodemus, that is the route to go. Brown Butcher, see you. See you, John. Avante Leon, see you. Thank you for your questions. See you, Nick. I will see you in Slack. Martin, Bismorgen. DDJ, see ya. No, man, you're not a pest. You're good. Zukin, see you. Goblin's going to be streaming in an hour or so, so be sure to check the Discord. If you're not already in our Discord, I did a really poor job of marketing Discord, but that's the link to it. Get in there. Cool. All right. Sounds like we are good to go here. I will see you guys on Thursday.